for those of you that don't know me. So welcome. We're excited to be here today. If you follow Michaels, you have probably seen me a lot on their Facebook page, but today I am here with Tulip. So Tulip is one of my favorite brands. I have grown up with Tulip, as I'm sure many of you have, from using it as a child to even as an adult. So we have been doing last minute Halloween costumes all week. And if you missed any of our Zoom classes earlier this week, you can always access those at michaels.com/classes, the same place where you signed up for today's class. And you can see those other ones that we made. We did a kid's superhero costume, and we also did some party animals, which were really, really cute on Monday. So make sure that you check those out. As we get started on our first costume, I would love to hear from you guys. So if you want to put in the chat where you're watching from, we would love to hear from you. And then you'll also see someone in the window that says, Olivia, ask me a question. So if you have a question as I'm going through the projects, feel free to direct message Olivia, who's sitting right across from me. She will respond to you either directly or she'll prompt me to answer that question to you vocally. So, all right, today it is 2 last minute costumes. So some of you may not have a costume yet, or you're just here for ideas because these are costumes that your kids could dress up in all year long. They can be translated from kids to adults. So we're gonna start with a monster. And the basis of our costume is a t-shirt. So I've got a green Gildan t-shirt here. Now our t-shirts come in multiple sizes. So you can do adult, youth, or toddler, whatever size you want based on who's going to wear it. So you're gonna need that t-shirt first. And then the other key ingredient that we're going to be using are, and I'm gonna show you guys these, so you can see it from the front, but we're gonna be using Tulip's glow in the dark dimensional fabric paint. So these are really fun because they look cool in light and the colors look great. And then when it gets dark, they glow in the dark. All right, so to get started, our monster is going to need a mouth. So we're gonna start by cutting our mouth. I'm gonna take a pencil and I've got a piece of foam here. Now, you can use foam or felt for this. If it's gonna be a one-time use, you could also use a piece of cardstock as well. So I'm gonna draw my monster mouth and I'll hold this up closer to the camera in just a second. Who already has their Halloween costume or knows what they're going to be or plans on making one? You may just be here for inspiration. So if you've got some ideas already, tell us those in the chat. All right, so you'll see, I'm gonna come up close. It's a little bit harder to see, but you can kind of see the silver of that pencil. We're gonna go ahead and cut out our mouth. Now, the piece of craft foam that I am using actually has an adhesive back. So here's the deal. You could stick it on your shirt, but it probably won't stay. So anytime I have foam that has an adhesive back, I add some glue to it. So we're going to start with that first. So I've got this. I'm going to pull the back off here. And even though it is sticky, it's not going to be sticky enough to stay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Aleene's Fabric Fusion and we are gonna put some on the back, and we got a new bottle here, so we're just gonna clip off the end right there. And we're gonna put some right here and just spread a little bit out around the edges. So, and if you plan to wash this, do a little bit more. You wanna make sure that it's really stuck on there and you get all those edges. We're gonna put that right there. That is gonna be the mouth of our monster. All right, now, 2 other things we need. We need eyes, right? So we're gonna glue our eyes on first. And then we're gonna do all of our decorating at once. So these are 4-inch googly eyes. How fun are these guys? I love these. I wanna use them on every project. Again, we're gonna use our Fabric Fusion. And so the great part about Fabric Fusion is it is washable, and all the products that we are using today from Tulip are also washable. So you can wash them. If your kids get them dirty, you get them dirty, and it will survive the wash. So I'm gonna put my eyes just a little bit of an angle because we want our monster to kind of have some funny eyes like that. All right, now we're going to take our glow in the dark Tulip dimensional fabric paint, which is also washable, remember? And we're gonna start with our mouth. And if you guys did tune in late, we are doing our last minute Halloween costumes today. is a monster. And then I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin t-shirt. And it's going to be tie-dye, but probably not in the traditional way you think. So we're going to show you how to tie-dye with Tulip ColorShot, which is a spray adhesive. So make sure you stay on long enough to see that. All right, so we can fill this in if we want all of our teeth to glow. So I just squeeze a little bit harder when I am filling in my mouth, just like that. All right, so we're talking about some fun questions to ask you guys ahead of time. What is your favorite Halloween candy? I want to know what your favorite Halloween candy is. Put that in the chat. You can send it directly to Olivia if you want. We want to know what everyone's favorite Halloween candy is. I'm going to ask you another one about a Halloween candy in just a second, which is a controversial one. We'll save that one for 5 minutes. I'm guessing you guys can guess which Halloween candy it is because everyone either loves it or they hate it. All right, so we're going to fill this guy in. Now he will glow in the dark when he is dry. So just keep in mind, you will need to let this completely dry. It may vary based on where you live. If you live in a little bit more of a humid climate, it's going to take a little bit longer. And the thicker you do it, obviously, the longer it will take as well. All right, so we've got some glow in the dark teeth. How cute does that look? I can see your view from top down, but it looks really good, right? And you can see how great it looks in the daytime, and then it's going to glow too. Now we're going to take some of our other colors. I'm going to use orange. You can see my orange there. And then I always just start. I've got craft paper down. I always start off my paper just to make sure we're flowing good. And then we're going to make some circles. So our monster is going to have some really fun glow in the dark spots. And you can see how nice these, right? They're so easy. It's a nice fine tip so that you can get those straight lines. And if for some reason you accidentally lift up, you just go back and you fill in. And we're going to switch on. Let's do some blue. So we get all the glow fun. Now you could personalize this if you want. So maybe you add your name or you add your child's name, who's ever wearing it. It's always fun to kind of personalize. These are really easy to write with. I'll show you how easy it is. We can personalize this one just so you guys can see. Let's do some green. All right. Okay, so Olivia, are we getting some feedback on candy?
Yeah, some people say Kit Kat and some people say chocolate.
All right, chocolate is a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna ask my other question here. Do you love or do you hate candy corn? Tell me in the comments, which one is your fave? Is it candy corn? Do you love it or do you hate it? It's always a sticking point at Halloween. Oh, we got some people with their cameras on. Hello, wave to me if you've got your cameras on. Yes, hi guys. All right, so as we're finishing up our spots, I'm gonna add some pink ones in, just like that. All right, so now, if we were going to want to personalize this, we can easily write a name. So maybe we want to do a name on the sleeve. I just want to show you guys how easy it is to write. So I'm just going to do my daughter's name. And you can see it's literally, if you're a cake decorator, it's kind of like using frosting. So just like that, super easy to personalize. All right, so we're going to let this guy dry. I'm going to show you one that's dry. I'm going to set him aside. Can I give this to you, Hope? Yep. So I'm going to let him dry for a second. So we're not done yet because we're going to make a headband too. So this is one of my daughter's size because she loves monsters. How cute is that? So you can make this an adult. The whole family could be monsters if they wanted. All right, now headband. So I've got a headband on. I'll take mine off to show you, to give you one idea. So we took a headband that you get at Michael's and just put some foam stickers that we had on the end of it. Oh, I see somebody getting excited over there. And we use some pipe cleaners. All right, so I'm going to show you how easy. Take your headband. Any headband, any color will work that you have at home. Take some pipe cleaners, and I glued ahead of time some pom-poms to the ends of my pipe cleaners. All we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to wrap them around our headband to secure it. So we want to leave part of it straight. We're going to curl it in just a second. So we got one there. We're going to take our other one, come up a little bit closer so you guys can see, make sure we're about even. And I'm going to wrap this around right here. Okay, now if we want to curl these guys, just take your finger. So take one finger. You could also use a pencil. and wrap that pipe cleaner around your finger, and then you can curl it. So how cute is that? Easy peasy. Do it with your finger. You could also do it with a pencil, and we're gonna curl it. Okay, and you have a headband. Now, if you want to get really fancy with it, you can always add, so we could come back into our pom-poms, and we could take and make some dots so that the pom-poms are, so we've got some nice little antennas on our monster, and then these pom-poms will also glow with our orange dots. And all the products that I'm using today, you can purchase at Michaels in store or at michaels.com. There's tons of options. You can go into store, you can order online. Something, you know, there's something for everyone based on how you want to shop and get your stuff in time. It's not too late. You can still get all these things to make your costumes for Halloween. All right, so how cute are those? So that is your headband that goes with your monster. Do you guys like it? Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Yes, I love it. Okay, so now, thanks guys. Okay, so we're gonna go to number 2 right now, which is going to be a pumpkin. So we're gonna do something fun with this. I'm gonna clean up my space real quick. And while I'm doing this, Olivia, do we have any questions?
Well, the verdict's in about candy corn.
Oh, let's hear. Let's hear if everyone loves the candy corn or they hate it. Let's hear it.
The majority of people love candy corn.
Love the candy corn. What? Okay, guys, you are surprising me. I don't love the candy corn. I just don't. I can't do it. I don't love it. But all right, so we are going to use for our next one. We are going to make a tie-dyed pumpkin T-shirt. This is really cool, guys. It's a different way of doing tie-dye that dries super quick. So again, we're here for you last minute. Any size T-shirt will work. I have a tiny one that fits my daughter. I'll show you a bigger one then at the end, but any size T-shirt will work. You can use youth, toddler, adult. It's a white Gildan T-shirt. You can do this on other colors too. So I'm showing you a pumpkin, but you can do the same technique using different colors. Okay, you're going to need some rubber bands. One, we'll talk about the product in a second. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather, just pull up little pieces of our T-shirt, okay? And we're gonna take our rubber bands and we're gonna put our rubber bands as tight as they can go around, okay? So we're just gonna gather a whole bunch of different little pieces. Who has made a tie-dyed shirt before? Tell us if you've tie-dyed something. If you follow me, you have seen that I did a hippie tie-dyed family outfit this year with Tulip. They posted it on there. Make sure you're following them on social. You can see it. We had a lot of fun creating those costumes. So we love tie-dye in our house. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so we're making little knobs. I'll show you up closer so you guys can see. So we're gonna do this all over the T-shirt. And you wanna get as many as you can. So you don't want any parts of your T-shirt to be loose because we want them all to have that tie-dyed effect, right? So we're gonna gather right here, and then we're also going to do our sleeves as well. Now, as a reminder, if you're looking for any of the stuff I used today, T-shirts, Tulip products, you can ask Olivia, and she can send you a link to them as well. So if you hit that Ask Olivia and send her a direct message. Yes, we had a question.
Lance wants to know, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
Okay, favorite Halloween movie, guys. Which one is yours? I'm going to tell you mine. Mine's Hocus Pocus. I love it. And my daughter has a love for it. She's only about to be 3, and she calls it the Witches movie, and she loves it. So that is my favorite Halloween movie. Tell us, send a direct message to Olivia or post it in your chat box. We want to see what your favorite movie is. We like all these fun facts about you guys. It helps me get to know you better, right? All right, so as we're finishing up, I'm gonna do one on this sleeve. And if you're using a bigger shirt, you'll obviously have to do more, right? So just keep that in mind. We're using a small shirt. And then we're gonna do one final one right here. Okay, now, to get this really awesome, quick tie-dye effect, check it out. I'm gonna hold this up so you guys can kind of see how it's all rubber banded together. We're going to be using Tulip ColorShot. So let me get it on the camera there so you guys can see. So this is available at Michaels in a bunch of different colors. So this is a fabric spray paint. So it's spray, so it's aerosol, and it's fabric, so it's washable, right? So it works on fabric. So It is the best of both worlds and it dries quickly. All right, so what I'm going to do, you want to make sure that your surface is covered before you get started. That is very, very important. You may also want to put on some gloves if you're going to be handling it because, you know, if you don't want orange hands, I'm going to put on a mask. I am pregnant, so I am just going to wear a mask while I'm spraying. All right, and then you want to put your gloves on just because you will get orange hands. But if your hands do get colored, it'll come off in a couple washes. All right, and then you want to make sure that you read the back of the can for any safety instructions and instructions before you get started. Want to make sure that we shake it really, really well. I'm going to shake it. Okay, shake it really well. And then we want to make sure that we hold it about 6 to 8 inches away. Now, I have craft paper down on my surface, so you're going to see I'm going to spray on my table just to make sure my spray is working really well. Do it if you've got a piece of like scrap cardboard. You can also do it on there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray my shirt. So spraying around, you can do as much or as little. Now, what you'll notice, the more you spray, the more orange color you're going to get and the less white space you're going to get, okay? So we're just going to do one quick coat. I usually will do 2. But if you're going to do a second coat, you need to wait 5 minutes in between. So you want to give it that time to soak in. All right. So now we're going to move a little faster than we probably should because, you know, you guys don't have all night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rubber bands off. We're going to have a decent amount of white space on this one because we only did 1 coat. And we didn't spray too much. So, but you're going to see how cool this is. And now this is just one way that you can do your t-shirt, right? So you can do all the traditional ways of rubber banding your t-shirts for tie-dye. You can do that with this same thing, right? So you can do the same bullseye if you want that bullseye design. You can do the exact same thing, and then you just spray it. And Tulip has a lot of really great tutorials over on their website as well so that you can see. So we have a lot more white space in this one. I'll show you one at the end that we sprayed twice, and we got a little bit more of our orange space, but look at how cool that is, right? So you get this tie-dyed pumpkin. How fun is that? All right, I'm gonna take my gloves off because I'm okay if I get a little orange on. And now we're going to make our pumpkin face. So we're gonna come back over and we've got some of our same foam that we used on our monster. And we're gonna draw with our pencil. We're gonna draw some triangles for our eyes, okay? And then we're gonna cut those out and we're also going to draw a mouth. All right, and you can have fun with this. So you can draw whatever kind of mouth. I'm kind of going traditional jack-o'-lantern here, but you can do whatever you want. It could be funny face, it could be scary, makes you happy. Show this up to you guys so you can kind of see the pencil. I know it's a little hard to see, but you can see it a little bit in that top camera there. All right, we're gonna cut these out. And you'll notice, I mean, this is even, like, look, I'm touching it and it's already starting to dry. So it dries so quick. So, hey, if you're a last minute Lucy, this project is an easy one for you. And you don't have to do orange, right? So if you do want to do a hippie costume, you can go pick up any of the other colors that they have of ColorShot at Michael's. Yes, question.
Trisha and Leslie said it turned out great, even with all the white space.
Oh, thanks, Trisha and Leslie. You're awesome. Thank you. So yeah, it really just depends on the look you're going for. If you want to do a lot of white space and you just want a little bit of speckle of orange, I'm going to show you both. I've got another one done over here that you can see. And if you want to go more orange, you want to spray more and spray a second coat. That will help. So you just wait that 5 minutes and then add on a second coat. All right, so we're going to cut out our mouth. And then we're gonna glue our mouth on with our fabric fusion. Okay, so we've got our pieces. And then we need a nose too, right? So we're gonna cut a small triangle for our nose. And if you guys are making projects, make sure that you share them with us using the hashtag Tulip Crafts and hashtag Make It With Michael. So I'm gonna see what you guys are making. Yes, we got a question.
Trisha wants to know, will it work on dark colors?
Yes, Trisha, so you can get different colors. Now, if you're gonna get black, there is a glow in the dark one. You can use glow in the dark, but black may be a little bit hard, but it will work on other color t-shirts as well. But just keep in mind, you will get some of that if you're doing it on a yellow t-shirt and you sprayed a certain color, you may get the mix. So just keep in mind how colors mix, just like you will with paint. It'll work like that with the t-shirt, but it does work on other colors. All right, so now we're going to glue these guys on. And remember, I have adhesive back foam, but that is not going to stay on this t-shirt. So we want to reinforce it with our Fabric Fusion. So it's also available at Michael's, and this is a fabric glue, so it will be washable. So everything we're doing here is washable. It's a parent's dream, right? We know that kids are messy. I'm messy as an adult. I always get things on my clothes. I'm a crafter, right? So I always get craft stuff on my clothes, but I get other stuff on my clothes too. I'm just a messy person. So anything that is washable that I'm working with, I'll love. All right, so we're gonna put this guy on, and then we're gonna make him glow in the dark because, of course, it's Halloween, and we wanna add some glow, okay? And then we will make a stem to our pumpkin as well that you can wear on your head. All right, so taking our back off here, and we're gonna add our glue, and then we're gonna have some fun with our colored glow in the darks. Now I have a question. If you would make this at home, what color would you use? Would you make a pumpkin and use orange, or would you do a different color? Tell me what color of the ColorShot you would get if you were gonna go to Michael's tonight and you were gonna get ColorShot to do a tie-dyed shirt. What color would you get? I wanna know. So you can send that to Olivia. We like to know, we like to hear these fun facts about you. Okay. Now, we can make any color that we want. I'm going to go with my yellow to add a little yellow glow to it. And we're going to outline and I always start off here. I'm going to outline my eyes with yellow. And then we'll come back in and we will also add to them in just a second. So you could be a family. If no one in the family has a costume yet, you guys could be a family of tie-dye jack-o'-lanterns. Is something fun. So maybe on Friday night, you all make them together and then wear them on Saturdays. So, you know, I always try and think about how crafts can translate into a family activity and then also be useful afterwards. So we made a lot of costumes this week, including the monster that we just made that doesn't have to just be for Halloween, right? So if you are making a costume for a child, this can be fun dress up year round. We've got a closet full of all kinds of dress up clothes that my daughter loves to dig into, especially on those rainy days. All right, our last step of this is we are going to add in some orange for our eyes. We're just gonna do some orange dots right there and right there. Okay, so I'm gonna show you another one that is a little bit bigger size. So you guys can see this one. We'll scoot him over a smidge, and then we're gonna make our headband. We're gonna show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, so you can check out this one too. So we got a little bit more orange on this to give it a little bit different of a look. So this is, we sprayed more and we sprayed twice. So we waited 5 minutes in between, as you guys can see. And then this will, all the outlines and the eyes will glow in the dark. Do you guys like that one? Tell us. Olivia's shaking her head. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna show you 2 different ways to make the stem of your pumpkin. All right, so if you have your camera on, give me a thumbs up. You guys doing good? You guys still there? Hanging on, yeah? Okay, cool, awesome. All right, so we've got a headband again. You can use a headband, or you can also use a clip as well. So if you've got a hair clip that doesn't have anything on it, you can also use that. We've got some brown felt. So we're gonna cut the stem of our pumpkin out of brown felt. Now you can use felt for this. You can use craft foam. You can also use cardstock. So you can use whatever you got or you want to buy. So we've got that guy, right? And then we need a little plateau to put him on. So we've got our stem. I always cut, especially when we're doing headbands or clips, just a little extra piece. So it's not so hard to stick this guy. You know, we don't have to really worry about balancing him. So we give him a little plateau. And then we're also going to cut a little slit. This is going to help us glue him on here. And then we've got some pipe cleaners. So we've got some neon green and some Kelly green. We're going to use these as the vines off of our pumpkin. And I'm just curling them around my finger. And I'm not going to use the whole thing. So I'm going to save that extra there. And this is, you know, optional. You guys don't have to make a headband that I always love. You guys can see if you saw at the beginning when you saw me, I was wearing my headband. I love headbands. I just think they're a fun accessory to make any occasion really fun. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our fabric fusion and we're going to put a little bit right on the edge here. You guys can see that right on that side, and we're going to flip it over and we're going to do it on that side. Okay, and we're going to take this right here. We're going to lay one side down and then fold the other side back. I'm going to try and hold this up close so you guys can see how it will dry. It's going to need a minute to dry. I'm out of focus here. There we go. So you can see my tabs are bent. So see that when I'm lifting it up so you guys can see it? You want them to be like that. And then what you can do to hold it in place is you can take if you've got a clothespin and you don't have time to hold it, you can always put a clothespin right there, right? And you can use your clothespin to just hold it in place. Hold it in place for just a minute or two, and that will until the glue soaks into the fabric, right? And then you can add in your pipe cleaners like this. So we're going to show you this, and then I'll show you a finished one. So you're going to add in your pipe cleaners to make your stem, right? And then you'll glue it onto your headband or a clip. So I'm going to show you one that's on a clip. So check out this guy. So he's on a clip. Now, if we want to go a step further, so we've got this one dry. He's on just a little clip right here. You can do this exact same thing on a headband. Of course, we want it to glow in the dark, right? So I'm going to pick, let's do orange, and I'm going to add to my stem so that my stem glows in the dark, right? So again, we're using our glow in the dark Tulip dimensional fabric paint. All right, so and I'm going to try and do this closer so you guys can see, but just some lines right there. And you can make this as fun as you want. You can just do the outline, or if you want to add in some lines, just a little bit like that. Then you have a headband that will then glow in the dark. And you can do this on the front and the back. And this goes with your costume. All right, so that is our pumpkin. I want to know, which one did you guys like best? Did you like the monster best? And I'll pull out the monster in a second. Let's grab the monster. So did you like the monster the best, or did you like the tie-dyed pumpkin? Which one was your favorite? Please tell us in the chat or send a direct message to Olivia. All right, and then we've got our headband for our monster. All right, Olivia's gonna tally those up and tell me what you guys liked best. Was it the monster or was it the pumpkin? And while we're doing that, just a few reminders. So this video will be live again on the michaels.com/classes page, same place you signed up. So if you want to watch it again or refer back to it, you can. Give it about 24 to 48 hours. But you can also hop back over there and watch the 2 classes that I taught earlier this week with Tulip. So we made a kid's superhero costume, complete with a shirt and a cape and a mask and all the fun stuff. We did that yesterday. And then on Monday, we also did a party animals costume where we did a tiger and a black cat. So those are all fun for kids or adults. All right, Olivia, what's a fave?
All right, it's a close tie, but the pumpkin wins.
Pumpkin wins. All right, we love to see what you guys like the best. If you guys do decide to make these or anything you're crafting with Tulip this Halloween, make sure that you use #TulipCrafts. And you also use #MakeItWithMichaels. We love to see what you guys are doing. And as always, you can shop the ColorShot or our glow in the dark, oops, sorry, going this way, or our glow in the dark fabric paints. You can get all of these at Michaels in store or at michaels.com. So it's never too late to make that perfect Halloween costume last minute quickly. All right, Olivia, do we have any questions?
We have one question.
Yep.
Jen wants to know, there's a gray shirt with a pumpkin in the center. How can we see that project?
A gray shirt with a pumpkin in the center. I am not 100% sure what you're referring to, but if you can tell us more in the chat of where you saw that, we will do our best to get back to you quickly. Or you can hop over on any of the social media outlets and send Michaels, Tulip, or Craft Box Girls a message, and we'll try and find out exactly what you're talking about so we can help you. So hop over to social media if you don't get to answer us before this ends, and we'll do our best to find that for you. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for crafting with me this week. Those of you that have your cameras on, give me a wave goodbye. I'd love to see you guys. Oh, awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Everyone be kind, inspire someone, and have a wonderful Halloween. Bye, guys.